All. I am PW Ingle working as an assistant professor at Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. So on today we'll discuss about case number 3. Case number 3 is two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber. Okay. So first case was two-stage compression with water intercooler. Second case was two-stage compression with liquid subcooler. And this third one, that is two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber. Okay, we'll see the diagram. Here you see water intercooler is provided over here. Okay, then liquid subcooler is provided between condenser and expansion wall, and flash chamber is also provided between two evaporator walls. Okay, now how we are getting the pH diagram for this two-stage compression with water intercooler, liquid subcooler and liquid flash chamber. Okay. Now here you see 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is what? It is a low pressure compression. Okay. Now refrigerant at state 3 will enter into water intercooler and you are getting state 3. It is superheated again. Okay. Now next is the refrigerant which is coming at state 3, state 9 and refrigerant which is coming from water intercooler will be mixed as a state 4. Okay, and then it will enter in the high pressure compressor. Okay, after that it enters in the condenser. Now here we are getting see 4 to 5. Okay, 4 to 5. Now you are getting condensation process, that is 5 to 6. Correct. Now again liquid subcooler is provided. So subcooling process is nothing but it is cooling up liquid refrigerant at state 6. So it is 6 to 7. Okay. Then 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is expansion in expansion wall. Okay. Now next is 8 to 10. So this process is with respect to flash chamber. Again there is a cooling up refrigerant. This is a wet condition. At state you are getting wet condition. It will be cooled to state 10. Okay. Now next is, now here you see 8 to 9 process. So to convert the refrigerant which was in wet condition, by using flash chamber, vapors will be removed. Okay, vapors will be removed. These vapors will be going to high pressure compressor. Okay, so 8 to 9 you are getting state 9. Okay, and you are getting the state 3. This will be mixed and you are getting state 4. And then 10 to 11 is what? It is a isenthalpic process, and 11 to 1 is evaporation process. Now we'll see step by step. The saturated vapor refrigerant at the evaporator pressure is admitted to low pressure compressor at point 1. Okay, here you see low pressure compressor at point 1. Then in this compressor the refrigerant is compressed isentropically from evaporator pressure to water intercooler pressure or flash chamber pressure at PF. Okay, flash chamber pressure shown by curve 1 to 2. So this is what? 1 to 2. This is a flash chamber pressure line. Okay. Now next. The superheated vapor refrigerant leaving the low pressure compressor at point 2 is now passed through the water intercooler at constant pressure PF in order to reduce degree of superheat from T2 to T3. So here degree of superheat will be reduced from 2 to 3. These temperature lines are also shown here. Okay. Now next is the line 2 to 3 represent the water intercooling or de-superheating process. The superheated vapor refrigerant leaving the low pressure compressor at point 2 is now passed through the water intercooler at constant pressure PF. The superheated vapor refrigerant leaving the water cooling at 3 is mixed with the vapor refrigerant supplied by flash chamber. Now here you see, here water intercooler which gives out the state 3 and flash chamber vapor will be mixed. Okay, so I told you will be mixed with the vapor refrigerant supplied by flash chamber at 0.9. The condition of refrigerant after mixing is shown by 0.4, which is in superheated state. Here you see it is in superheated state. Okay, here we are getting what? Superheated state, state 4, before it supplied to high pressure compressor. Okay, isentropically it will from the intercooler flash chamber PF to condenser pressure. Now 4 to 5 is isentropic compression again, then 5 to 6 is condensation. Okay, superheated vapor leaving the HP compressor at pressure is passed through the condenser at constant pressure as shown by horizontal line 5 to 6. The condensing process 5 to 6 changes the state of refrigerant from superheated vapor to saturated liquid. Okay, now saturated liquid refrigerant again will be cooled in subcooler. Here it is subcooling process 6 to 7. Okay, the liquid refrigerant leaving the subcooler at pressure is expanded in the expansion wall. To a pressure equal to flash chamber pressure. Okay, it will be expanded in the expansion wall to a pressure equal to flash chamber. This flash chamber pressure will be equal to the refrigerant pressure after expansion. Okay, shown by 7 to 8. Expanded refrigerant, which is mixture of vapor and liquid, is admitted to flash chamber. Now here the flash chamber separate the vapor and liquid refrigerant at pressure PF. This is very important. This is what the function of flash chamber. It will separate the vapor and liquid refrigerant. Liquid refrigerant will be supplied to evaporator. Here you see flash chamber will separate the vapor refrigerant from liquid. Liquid refrigerant is again going to expansion wall E2. Okay, 10 to 11 expansion is taking place and it is supplied to evaporator. The liquid refrigerant from the flash chamber at point 10 again further expanded in expansion wall as shown by vertical line 10 to 11. The liquid refrigerant leaving the expansion wall E2 is evaporated in evaporator at evaporator pressure. Okay, which is shown on pH diagram. Now let M2 be the mass of refrigerant passing through the HP compressor. M2 is the mass of refrigerant passing through the HP compressor. Then M3 is the mass of vapor refrigerant formed in the flash chamber. Where is M3? Here it is M3. The mass of refrigerant passing through the evaporator is M1, that is M2 minus M3. Okay. So if Q is the turn of refrigeration, that is load on evaporator, then mass of refrigerant passing through the evaporator is 210 Q upon H2 minus H1. It is actually 1 TR. 1 TR is 210 kilojoule per minute. Now let us consider thermal equilibrium at the flash chamber. Since the flash chamber is an insulated vessel, therefore there is no heat exchange between the flash chamber and atmosphere. Okay, it is insulated vessel, so it will not give out its heat to atmosphere. So at flash chamber you can write M2 into H8 equal to M3 into H9 plus M1 into HF10. Why HF10? Because at 10 the refrigerant is in liquid condition. Okay, now M1 is what? M2 minus M3. Okay, so by rearranging equation you are getting the final equation for M3 as M2 in bracket HF7 minus HF10 upon H9 minus HF10. The vapor refrigerant from the water intercooler is mixed with the vapor refrigerant M3 at the flash chamber at same pressure. So therefore M2 into H4 equal to M3 into H9 plus M1 into H3. Okay. So now here refrigerating effect is M1 into H1 minus H11 because 11 to 1 is evaporation process, and worked in LP compressor is M1 into H2 minus H1 because 1 to 2 is what? Isentropic compression in LP. 3 to 4, 3 to 5 is isentropic compression in HP. That is high pressure compressor. So WH is M2 in bracket H5 minus H4. So total work done is what? Work done in both compressor, that is low pressure and high pressure. Then power required, you just divide by 60, you are getting power required. Then you are getting COPF system. It is refrigerating effect upon work input. Okay. So this is all about third case. So we stop here. Thank you.